are going to be so anxious, and they're already excited to hear that you guys are reuniting and getting back together. What can you tell me about this compilation album? Did you guys always talk about coming back together and doing something?
You know, this was a compilation that we knew about. We had to set out and approve the songs and the artwork, so we had fun doing that, like going back looking at old pictures like, ooh, we didn't have a budget on this shoot, but Lord, we had a good budget on this one. So it's like, let's use these pictures. So,
what pictures were the ones that you said, wow, to?
I wouldn't say, you know, just, you know, the earlier years. You know, and to be honest with you, every artist goes through this. When you're a new artist, you're not gonna get the cream of the crop makeup artist and stylist. So I'll just say, like, wow, I'm so glad Destiny's Child sold some albums.
So is there gonna be a tour in the near future? I would hope.
I can't honestly say that. Now, that we have not talked about as far as reuniting, as far as tours are concerned. We recorded a song called Nuclear, and I had a chance in helping to finish that song and writing it. That just happened. We said, let's put one new song on the album, just, you know, just so people won't, you know, be too upset that all the songs are older songs. A newer song, and the love that was shown was amazing. So who knows? I never say never. We love each other. When we're in the same city as each other, you know, we are going out to eat. Kelly's got a spot in LA. She lets me stay there when I'm there. So we're always shuffling and seeing each other.
You recently opened up about your depression, which I really admire. A lot of people in your position do not open up about mental health or their status. Why now, Michelle? Was it ever a depression or a reaction to what people would say, or a bullying type of situation?
I wouldn't say it was a reaction to once I got in the industry. I believe once I look back, like at the age of like 15 and 16 years old, I'll look back and see, wow, I secluded myself a lot, I slept a lot. Although I was still a little active, but I just can recall some things during that age and knowing, okay, you were dealing with some depression then. I was bullied, but I was bullied more so in elementary school, and maybe that could have, you know, had something to do with it. But when I opened up about depression, it was an accident. I didn't plan it. It was no strategic move to talk about. Somehow we just talked about happiness, and I just talked about how it is a process, and how someone told me, and I just stuck with it, how happiness is a choice. There were times in depression where I could stay in the bed all week and I would just maybe get up to use the bathroom or something. But it's like, girl, you got to get up. Honey, get fabulous, curl your hair, put some lip gloss on and do something. You have to choose life. You have to choose it. Nothing is just gonna mystically drop out of the air and you're gonna feel happy. You know what I mean? You have to choose it. When you wake up in the morning, you might have had a bad night the night before, but you know, don't bring that into your day today.
Was there ever any animosity that you had between the girls? You would see their success and yours not amount to as much?
Oh no, absolutely not. So I don't want anybody to think that the depression stemmed from that. You know, I had it before that, so let's get that straight. But I will say I'm glad that I finally decided to talk to somebody about it, and I just want to encourage people, it is okay to talk about it, to go get help for it. And before you know it, you'll say, oh my goodness, I didn't know that that was the reason. Oh, let me get over that, let me get past that. And before you know it, it's step by step by step. You can do it, and I think God's purpose for our life is for us to be happy, to prosper, and to be in good health. Not just physical health, but your emotional health, your mental health, and your spiritual health.
So have you ever had a Fela in your life where you feel like you guided him and you molded him and helped him?
Absolutely.
Anybody we know?
No, but you know, every now and then I'll receive a text saying, you know, I'm so glad you taught me that, or I took your advice, you know. we're no longer together, but that's good when somebody from your past can say, hey, I remember when you told this to me and I did it. And I'll say, see there?
I told you so.
Should have put a ring on it.
Oh, the ultimate comeback. Thanks you, Beyonce. Doesn't all ladies love that song since Beyonce made it? And we just, you know, excuse me, put a ring on it.
You should have, but you didn't, so someone else will come along and size 5 or 6 this up.
So, of course, I've known and I've seen you rehearse for huge shows. You've toured with Destiny's Child, but what's the difference between getting ready for a big concert and then a musical play?
I will say this about theater. You have to know your lines and dialogue. You must know the songs that you're singing, because I don't have a mic in my hand to say, oh, y'all sing. You know, I have to be on my toes at all times. I'm not saying that you're not going to forget a line or a part of your song, but you just have to be really quick and improvise and ad-lib. I would say that is a difference, and depending on the show, like with Fela, the audience gets to be a little more interactive, because the show it's supposed to be based off of Fela Kuti's last show at the Shrine. So it can kind of give you a concert feel. But shows like, you know, The Color Purple or Chicago, they laughed at things, and, you know, you could feel, you know, when the emotions would change, but it's not like an interactive crowd. You know, they're literally coming to be entertained.
So, of course, everybody right now is talking about Beyonce and the inauguration. Do you believe that she lip-syncs? What is your take on that?
Okay, I have to honestly say, unfortunately, but fortunately, I was in rehearsals all day for Fela, so I actually need to see it, you know, and I will say this, it's not the first or the last time that, you know, someone has had to lip sync. Let's say if, Michelle Williams is saying if in fact, you know, she did. I honestly, you know, can't say, but my greatest singer of all time, Whitney Houston, I mean, it came to the light that, you know, that her anthem was in fact lip synced. But if it was, imagine just being in a sea full of people, you're outside, you got the echoes, it's probably freezing out there. You know, could you imagine a gust of wind coming at you while you're trying to sing? So I don't want to elaborate too much, because I honestly don't know.